That's why I said that the girls that don't have a problem with this, not that they're smiling, they're almost like, I want to let you know that I'm interested and I'm open for dialogue. I'm going to make this easy for you, right? Those are the women that I would probably think are the most married. And if we want to, it's just like anything. If you want to see a difference, you have to encourage that difference. If you want to see more men in the dating game, encourage positive interaction in dating. That's why I said this is a 50-50 thing. Why are we talking about just men and what men have to do? It's a social interaction between men and women. The women got to do something too. If we're saying, no, y'all a little unapproachable, then the women got to say, no, we need husbands. I ain't like, you know how many of my wife's friends said they tired of paying bills? Well, then stop with your resting bitch face then.
You got to be okay with the no. Like Marcus was saying, from a little bit that he was saying, you're going to get no's along the way, but somewhere it's going to be a yes.
When was the last time you approached a man?
Say it again.
When was the last time you approached a man that you like?
First, well, that's not a question for me. But I've had conversations with men in grocery stores. Like, men have approached me out and about, and I'm always nice.
No,
I get approached at the gas station. I get approached at the grocery store, and I'm never mean. I say hello. You know, nice, but to be fair. Nice. But listen, though, you guys are saying be nice, but for women, there is a thin line because you can't be too nice. Because if I'm too nice, then I must be available. And even when you tell them you're not available, they still pushing. Then it's like, now I gotta kind of get mean. Like,
we making this
now I gotta look mean so you can get on about your business. I said hello, you said hello. Let's move on with the day. I know it's like a thin line between this. But
most of y'all not funny.
Man, what am I approaching man for? Man approach me. I'm a woman. I am a lady. Yeah.
So you never, so basically you've never done it.
You know what? I did try one time years ago.
Why did you?
And I reached out to a guy. It was actually on social media because I really liked his posts and stuff. And I thought he was kind of attractive. So I like reached out to him like, hey, you ever thought about like podcasting? Like that was like my pick of line. You ever thought about podcasting? And you know what? I also did Bumble. If y'all don't remember that app, that's a woman-led app. You have to start the conversation with the guy. Well, it was like little open lines where I was like, hey, you know, like game. That's what I realized.
And they all chose the 6-foot dude over 6 foot man.
Have personality once you meet me. You just got to start a conversation with me. You know, or crack a joke or something.
My grandma was mean to every man in her life. Like when I think back, I was really close with my grandma before she passed. And I used to spend so much time with her, and I used to just watch her interactions like with people and watch her interactions with men. My grandma was by far one of the kindest women you would ever meet, but she was so mean to men. Like she did not play, like, and everybody knew she didn't play. I'm talking about even down to the men in the neighborhood. They would speak to her. I mean, these men would worship the ground my grandma walked on. Do you hear me? Even her sons, they knew, and she had 5 boys and 1 girl. And they knew my grandma didn't play. They walked a tight line when they was dealing with her. And her husband, like her last husband, that man was barely even allowed in her room. Like he couldn't come in there and sit on her bed. They had separate towels, sheets. Like she didn't play. And now that I think back, she had the cheat code. Like she really did. One of the biggest compliments that you can receive as a woman from a man is being called mean. Men love mean women. Men love women that have boundaries and standards and stand on business, who's not afraid to leave, who keeps them on their toes. Contrary to what these men get online and say, men in real life appreciate mean women. In fact, the meaner you are, the more they want you. If you are mean, it is so hard to get rid of a man when you're mean to him. I got called mean last night. In fact, his exact words were, "You are so mean. Your ass is so mean to me," while simultaneously handing me money for fees and application fees to go back to school, because I'm going back to school, and bringing me dinner. I've been called mean my whole life, and I have never had any issues. So if you're not mean, be mean. If you're mean, be meaner. They love it.
You know why Bumble failed, right?
Because women probably didn't want to approach. We're
No,
terrible at it.
They were
We
choosing the
didn't
same
learn to
dude
do
over
that.
and
That's
over and
no,
not
over.
wait.
our
It
field.
wasn't just that. It was the fact that y'all would come in and be vanilla as hell and
It's
still
like, what are
expect.
we supposed
Hold on,
to
wait,
say?
wait, wait. Y'all would the whole point of the app was for y'all to show interest in the
Mm-hmm.
approach to men. But
Mm-hmm.
what y'all would do is y'all would send some vanilla text, and if it was and basically y'all would be the women would be vanilla as hell, and still expect the man to carry the conversation even on Bumble, and that's why it failed because women were still trying to be
Well,
the women that they are on Tinder, on Bumble, and
that's
it
been
did
on.
not work.
Mean women have the best relationships. Like, if you're going to deal with men in this day and age, especially, you need to be making sure you're mean to them. Like, standing on your boundaries and standing firm and letting them know you're not finna come over here and play with me. They need to know that at any moment, you're going to walk away from them. And you need to keep them on their toes. And they don't need to know the day nor the hour. They just need to know this lady is crazy. She will leave me. Let me at least make sure I'm walking this fine line.
Yeah.
I don't
Let
know.
me say this because this isn't like advice that I'm giving of what I would want to see. We have numerous married men on this panel. So when I'm usually speaking, I'm speaking on how to achieve the best end result. I don't know if any of y'all can let me know if y'all have had this conversation like right around the time you got engaged, you had to like field a bunch of conversations from girls you used to mess with, or you were somewhere and they'd be like, why you choose her over me? And I think now that I've been married for a while, I got like a one word answer. The woman that a man chooses is usually just more joyful and delightful than all the other women that he's dated. I ain't never once in my life heard I married this woman because she was the meanest bitch I ever met in my life. No dude has ever said that. Your wife is just more pleasant. She's more joyful. She's more jubilant and peaceful than most of the women you ever gonna meet. You know how much it takes for a man to say, I'm gonna jump out the window for this one. I'm gonna pay the health insurance for this one. I'm gonna let her be the beneficiary of my life insurance. It takes a lot,
That
right?
is true. That is.
But the only
It's-
difference is your wife like you.
no,
We
but
don't
what I'm
like
saying,
everybody.
what I'm
We
really
don't be
just
joyful
saying
and
is
nice
that
to the person we like.
if women want if women are really looking for husbands and providers and men that they want to be with, showing the joyful side of yourself, that's why I said that the girls that don't have a problem with this, not that they're smiling, they're almost like, I want to let you know that I'm interested and I'm open for dialogue. I'm going to make this easy for you, right? Those are the women that I would probably think are the most married. And if we want to, it's just like anything. If you want to see a difference, you have to encourage that difference. If you want to see more men in the dating game, encourage positive interaction in dating. That's why I said this is a 50-50 thing. Why are we talking about just men and what men have to do? It's a social interaction between men and women. The women got to do something too. If we're saying no, y'all a little unapproachable, then the women got to say no. We need husbands. I ain't like, you know how many of my wife's friends said they tired of paying bills. Well, then stop with your resting bitch face, then, and you'll get your bills paid. I'm sorry. If I come back in the next life as a woman, I'm gonna have this whole thing figured out.
No, you won't.
I'm gonna have this
Yeah,
whole
you,
thing figured out.
Because you're gonna have women.
I'm gonna
all of
be
this will be erased.
you gonna think
No,
I'm tardy. I'm gonna be.
We're going to be a
No, you
three or
won't.
four.
All this gonna
They
be
might
he
gonna
gonna
gone.
be
be a 3 or 4.
You're going to be
they
a
gonna
three
be
or
straight
four.
street.
Shit
They
right
gonna be
out your
straight
head.
street.
So when you
Knock it off.
Oh, you're an
A sugar
engineer. Oh
baby
my
somewhere.
god.
OF page, all type of
Creative.
stuff.
I'm gonna have
Instagram
this
daddy.
whole thing figured out, man. Y'all tripping.
He gonna have his bill paid by
Ain't
multiple
gonna be
people.
You
shit.
gonna see
God,
all my teeth.
hey, Sugar
All
Mike,
of it.
Talk
God go
about
etch a sketch all that shit out your head.
Oh, you're
Man,
so
shit
funny. Oh my
gone.
gosh. Tell me the story again.
If you want a solid marriage, if you want a prosperous life, if you want to have security and comfort, marry a meanie. Marry a mean woman. Let me explain what I mean by that. Dr. Jenny Christona, lead psychological surgeon right here at International High Achievers. Follow me if you have not followed me. Visit my website and subscribe to be a member of my community today. Yes, great. Here we go. Look, I have worked with a lot of old money. I have worked with a lot of new money. I have worked with people who are divorced, who have affairs, and all the things. The reason that I say marry a meanie, marry a mean woman, marry somebody who will hold you accountable, is because they will keep you in integrity. They will make you look at yourself. And if you are going into business, if you are a leader in the community, you need your partner to not kiss your ass. You need your partner to tell you that, hey, you might want to look at this different, or hey, babe, you were wrong. I can't co-sign on this. We can go out in public and smile and I'm going to hold your hand, but I expect you to make this right. Your wife is the anchor. If you have a woman who loves you more than she loves herself, she's worthless. Absolutely worthless. If all she does is stroke your ego and make you feel good and tell you all the things, and it's just sexual, it's not going to work. You're going to cheat on her. You're not going to respect her, and you're not going to live at your fullest, right? You're not going to be at your highest. Now, this doesn't mean she has to be mean to you. The mean part is the part that will not bend. It will not waver. She's standing on business and holding not just you accountable, but she holds herself accountable. She speaks because she loves you. She speaks life into you through guidance, through saying, not because she's your mom or trying to be like your mom, but she's trying to tell you, look, I love you enough to say your breath stinks, go brush your teeth. I'm the only one that can say that though, right? She's the one that when you feel lost, she will tell you, turn to your right, turn to your left, come back home. This is not for you. She is not trying to kill your dreams. She's just trying to point you in the direction where you're most likely to fulfill them.